dear graduate students and respected parents, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad, Chancellor Dr. Virendra Singh Chauhan, Honorable President of GITAM Sri M. Sri Bharat, Secretary Sri M. Bharadwaj, Vice Chancellor Professor Dayananda Siddhavatam, Honorable members of the governing body and the Board of Management, respected Pro-Vice Chancellors, Deans, Heads of Institutes, Functional Directors, good afternoon to everybody and a warm welcome to the 13th Convocation of GITAM deemed to be University Hyderabad campus. We are glad to have one of the most distinguished scientists, Dr. Vinay Nandakuri, direct convocation address. Though the circumstances were not conducive, in 21-22 we pursued our educational goals with the fullest rigor and stuck to our academic schedules. The university conducted classes on campus adhering to the directions of the regulators and the government. The university for the exemplary performance, and in Hyderabad today we are honoring 18 such. Since GITAM's inception in 1980-81, more than 66,000 students have graduated from this university. 758 research students were awarded the PhD degree. Our graduates continue to excel and distinguish themselves in their profession and public life. The graduates of the 13th Convocation now stand at the threshold of embarking on careers of distinction and purpose. On this happy occasion, here is a brief report of the university's activities during the year 21-22. GITAM Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management was established in 1980 by a group of eminent intellectuals and industrialists of Andhra Pradesh under the leadership of Dr. M.B.B.S. Murthy to promote quality higher education in the field of engineering, science, management, pharmacy, law, medicine, etc. GITAM Hyderabad campus was started in 2009, where we are, followed by the Bengaluru campus. NAC has accredited the university with an A+ grade, and we are currently going through the third cycle. The SSR report has been submitted. The university continues to submit its IIQA reports regularly. The university currently has over 23,500 students in distance mode. During the year, 336 faculty members have joined various departments. We now have 1470 highly qualified and committed faculty members. GITAM maintains highest academic standards of teaching postgraduate programs, 1 in MBA and hospital management and 14 MD MS this year. University also has collaborations with Pfizer India and for BSc Chemistry and the LV Prasad Eye Institute for a 4-year batch, which now are on public access. The university's social outreach activities include special camps in adopted villages, cleanliness campaigns under Swachh Bharat, relief activities during natural calamities, and COVID vaccination awareness camps. The NSS unit has received the Best NSS Unit Award, and GITAM is among the few institutions with an active NCC Girls Wing. For their exemplary performance in various student activities, 20 students received the GITAM Award celebration for excellence in the year 2022, held on 25th June. The Venture Development Center offers guidance and mentorship to student entrepreneurs to develop their ideas into meaningful ventures. An eco-friendly and intelligent grey water filtration system called Hydrograviticity was presented in the AIM ICDK Water Innovation Challenge, and it's India's nomination to the International Water Congress, which is being held at the Technical University of Denmark. The Career Guidance Center of the university assists students in exploring their career choices. Over 3,800 students were placed through campus drives in the year 21-22, a record among the universities of our time. The management of GITAM has adopted a strategic plan that integrates academic, financial, and infrastructure development in a phased manner. The university completed core infrastructure projects, including construction of the Venture Development Center, Swachha School, residential spaces and guest house, Kautilya School of Public Policy, and the Boys Hostel at Hyderabad campus at a cost of 80 crores.
All of you sitting in front of me is one of untapped or unrealized potential. So Hyderabad, in terms of land size, is the largest campus in GITAM. We have close to 250 acres. but all of you have experienced only 20 acres, 25 acres. We've all fenced you in because land is expensive to develop. We will develop it over time. My sadness is that everything that we're doing, you haven't been able to experience it as a full-time student. But your journey with GITAM as a full-time student may have ended here today, but your journey as an alumnus is only beginning, and many of you have a long life ahead of you. And we look forward to you all being very connected to us. I think the first task is please register on the alumni portal if you haven't already been asked. And why I'm asking that is, if GITAM is to grow, if this campus is to grow, it's going to grow on your shoulders. The way you conduct yourselves, who you are when you go out into the world, whether you're getting into employment or further studies. So this is the fourth convocation in as many weeks in this month. So I'm also getting tired of giving speeches to different audiences, but it's more or less the same message that I wanted to pass to you on. So one thing I want to share with you all is, I've heard many distinguished speakers and I've been inspired by what they have been sharing over the last 4 weeks. What has been coming across consistently is that knowledge levels, interest levels may vary amongst you within your discipline outside. But what's going to set you apart, what's going to set GITAM apart is what kind of values you stand for. Who are you as an individual? I know that many of you, directly or indirectly, have been part of some form of unethical behavior. I said this in Vizag also, that there are some students who cleared almost 25-30 backlogs in a matter of 3-4 months. So that, yeah, I mean, we're not fools, right? We understand that you're all very intelligent. The only thing is, how are you using your intelligence? Now, the path ahead, you have graduated, you're going to get your degrees shortly. The path ahead, also there will be many opportunities where there will be shortcuts to success. And there are role models, many role models in society today who stand for that. And it's very tempting to fall for those values. So there's speakers who are going to be speaking after me and maybe role models in your own life. Look at the ones who have endured 5-6 decades and have earned the respect and love of people uniformly. More often than not, you will find that they are not the people who have taken shortcuts. It's fine. What you have done is done. Now you're here. But as you move forward, when you are faced with these choices, what kind of choices will you make? Because GITAM is not going to be proud of you if you all take shortcuts. It's as simple as getting a job offer and saying that you will join but not joining. Joining a company and leaving within the first year. Many such examples. Or even for your training for employment, many of you are not showing up. I think 4 years of college life, 2 years of college life is a lot of fun. I know that many of you have enjoyed this time, but the consequences are going to get much more real as you move forward. And the same kind of attitude, if you extend to other aspects of your life, the price may be sometimes too high to pay. So these are words of caution. We are investing deeply into GITAM, into its future, into your all future, and learning, as we believe, is a continuous journey. So the formal degree may be completed, but through platforms like Coursera and other things, we want to be engaged with our alumni. We want to equip you to be in touch with the latest developments in your field, so that you continue to excel, aspire to excel, and make yourself proud, make GITAM proud. Through most of your journey, Dr. Shiv Prasad was the leader of this campus, but in the graduation, the leadership has transitioned. But I want to thank Shiv Prasad Garu for accepting our invitation and joining us here to see the graduation of all the students who have grown during your time here as the head of the campus. And to all of the guests on the stage, our students look forward to hearing. I mean, like Professor Variyar said, each one brings a very different journey. Mr. Naveen is a writer, and he got something called the stream of consciousness into book writing. I haven't read the books. I'm really looking forward to being enlightened by what that means. Dr. Shanta Sinha has worked on child rights. Dr. Vinay has worked on, most importantly and more recently, efforts towards the COVID vaccine. So all of them have played critical roles in the way we live our life today. And with this, I'd like to end my speech and look forward to hearing you all speak. Thank you.
After my master's at IIT Bombay, I went to IISc for PhD and joined my mentor to this day, Professor Umesh Vasne, for my PhD. That is also the time I met my wife Swati Saha, and some of you may end up pursuing PhD in future. Okay, let me tell you, PhD is a very different scenario compared to doing masters. You don't have an exam after 6 months where you are, sometimes can copy and get away. So here you have to actually do something, and you actually, whatever you do, you have no competition. You're actually competing with yourselves. The major difference is no exam, so that makes it difficult to keep the focus going. And journey has its ups and downs. PhD specifically has a lot of ups and downs. You need to good friends to see you through these bad times. This is something I really believe. Good friends help you through thick and thin. Making friends is an aspect that is relatively easy at your age. As you grow older, it becomes more difficult. And I'm sure everybody vouches for it. Establishing strong friendships takes effort, but keeping it requires even more. Right? So do not let it slip away all the good friendships that you have had now. Do not let it go away with time. That is major hurdles are all over. After that PhD was done, I continued my journey in academics. I spent 6 years abroad, 18 years in India, in Delhi. For last 18 years I have been doing work in tuberculosis. So the last 24 years after PhD, there have been ups and downs, and there are a good number of, there are many bad days, disappointments, and a good number of highs. We as people tend to think success is due to our efforts. When we fail, the attributes to failure is somebody else's fault. It's never ours. Own your faults, learn from them, and show resilience. In 19th century, German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once stated, "What does not kill you makes you stronger." This statement, used an affirmation of resilience, is indeed true for disappointments that we face in our life. I also want to end with 2 quotes by Harvamsh Rai Bachchan. "Man ka ho to acha, man ka na ho to zyada acha." Basically, when things don't work the way you wish, maybe there is a larger context in which it works out to be better in the long run. So, तू ना थकेगा कभी, तू ना थमेगा कभी, तू ना मुड़ेगा कभी, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ. This is a quote that again by Harvamsh Rai Bachchan. With this, I would like to end, and I would like to wish all of you all the best for your future.
So I'll be very brief. This is an important day for any student life. It's an important day for even those who taught you. It's an important day for in the calendar of any university. So right at the outset, I wish you luck. I just want to share three thoughts with you, and if you'll be quiet for next 5 minutes, I'll be extremely grateful. Bharat mentioned about the values that you take, but I think you should take some etiquettes away from your university also. So, with that, okay, thank you. So the first of all, I want to say that all of you, all of us, the whole class of those present in front of us have had a very difficult time. Not only you, the world has had difficult time. So this class, which is graduating, which is finding very difficult to keep quiet for a minute, is the class that has gone through a huge amount of stress. And if you think there are some gaps, I hope there are no gaps, because everybody has tried very hard to fill up those gaps. If there are any gaps, then I'm sure very soon they'll be taken care of. As I speak with you, the world that you're going to move into offers you amazing, exciting possibilities. So the good news is there are immense possibilities which simply weren't there, as Vinay was telling about his life story. I could tell you about life story. All of us who are older than you can life stories. These possibilities weren't there. As Vinay said, you just got what you had, and then you made something out of it. But you are different. Your generation is different. The possibilities are amazing, and you, all of you, I'm sure will find your way to success. Only thing that I will like to believe, you have to define your success yourself. Your idea of success, I personally feel, must not be decided by success of A or success of B. Very soon we'll be decorating or appreciating people who have obtained high marks, PhDs and so on. But I just want to tell you that sun shines for everyone. There is wind for everyone to share. And once you decide what idea of success for yourself is, find your path. And as Vinay said, and as Bharat said, there is no shortcut to success, no matter how you define it. So you take any example. Now you can take an example of success. You can take example of P.V. Sandhu, or Virat Kohli, or Kadambi, or the writer that we are going to facilitate today. All you will see traces of huge amount of hard work. I personally haven't seen genius alone taking anybody anywhere, or intelligence alone taking anyone anywhere. All the genius, all the intelligence is really showered with a great amount of hard work. So that's what you have to imbibe. There's nothing that you can't achieve if you're honest with yourself, if you put in honestly your best effort, and you really won't be able to blame anyone. And once that honesty seeps into this, and the idea of discipline seeps into this, idea of hard work seeps into it, I think the world is in front of you. So that's the good news. So you have social media, you have communication systems never existed, you have choices, you can, at a click of a mouse, can get huge amount of information. You just won't even know how much. So these are exciting times for exciting world. But if you just look as I speak with you, the biggest problem in front of this generation, and I say this generation in front of me, the students that are graduating, would be that simply cannot be ignored. Only day before yesterday, Kentucky in USA had floods. 15 people died in a country like America. Yesterday, Siberia temperature shot up to 36 degrees. That is the part of the world which remains frozen most of the time. You had a pandemic. The pandemic is still very much with us, and you have problems of monkeypox. So keep this somewhere in the vision, that will it come from somebody else doing something about it, or it will come from personal. The hood ordained in the name of the insignia, in the name of the university.
Honorable dignitaries on the
New to me, as I visited this university some time back, that is some 1 year back. I was invited by the Vice Chancellor of this university to unveil the statue of Kaloji Narayan Rao, Prajakavi Kaloji Narayan Rao, and then I was here amidst you for 4-5 hours. I interacted with you, with your faculty, and also with the students. Now, on this occasion, I feel immensely thankful to the authorities of this university. To say a few words about my literary career, as the citation has already told you, I have written some 34 novels, some more than 100 short stories, and more than 100 literary articles, and many more on art films and many other things. My first novel, Ampashaya, it has become my surname, as I am now called Ampashaya Naveen. And Ampashaya, the novel Ampashaya depicts the problems of you means the students. The theme of this novel is the psychological problems of the students studying in universities, their social, their economic, their political, and also their psychological problems that the students of universities face. And many students, particularly university students like you, who have gone through this novel, felt that this novel is about us. They have seen themselves in the novel because it is about them. What I want to tell you now on this occasion is, please, you don't read not only your textbooks, but also some good literary works. Particularly, I want to urge upon you to read some great novels. Reading a novel is a very great experience, because when you read a good novel, you feel that you are seeing yourself in the novel. It probes into your inner self. What is wanted is, you must know what you are. You know, our great philosophers have told you that know thyself. Know thyself means you must know yourself. What are your strong points? What are your weak points? And how to get rid of your weak points, how to become a strong man. Now what is wanted is, you must develop your character. Education is not enough. I feel the character is more important than education. The cultured, how cultured you are, how civilized you are, how responsible you are, how duty conscious you are. These things are very, very important. So in addition to learning, in addition to your degrees, you must develop these qualities also in you. And you will develop these qualities only when you go through some good literature. So, on this occasion, I once again tell you, read some great books. There are great novels, Charles Dickens, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and so many great novels. And just now, in the citation, they have told you that I am greatly influenced by a writer called James Joyce. James Joyce, you know, a novelist, a great novelist. Now he was a psychological writer, and he probes into the consciousness of all his characters. By probing the consciousness of all the characters, what he is trying to tell you is, you must know, you must view yourself, you must understand yourself, you must know yourself. That is what is wanted. So know yourself. You analyze yourself as a third man analyzes you, so that you may know your faults, you may know your weaknesses, you may know your many things about you. So, with these few words, once again thanking the authorities of this GITAM.
Today, on the occasion of the 13th Convocation of GITAM University. As I said, I feel even more privileged to be receiving this prestigious award of degree along with Sri Ampasaya Naveen. We are batchmates now. This means a lot to me and my colleagues in MV Foundation, which has been responsible for getting over 1 million children from work and putting them into schools. Today's recognition gives us in MVF the energy and a renewed hope to do more. Thank you very much. As you know, we are going through unprecedented times due to COVID pandemic and its consequences. There is growing inequality and the gap between rich and poor is getting wider like never before, world over. Children, especially from marginalized communities, the Dalits, Adivasis, minorities, and children of migrant labor are the worst hit. Children who aspired for higher education have lost the rhythm of going to school and have huge learning loss. Many of them are engaged as child laborers. Too many girls are victims of early child marriage. I shudder to think what the lives of this generation would be like 10 years from now. There is an education emergency today, and unless we act on a war footing, we would have caused irreparable harm, further exacerbating inequality. We would betray the pledge of our founding fathers who solemnly resolved to secure its citizens justice, liberty, equality, dignity of the individual, a socialist, secular, democratic republic. Let me come back to you. It is my great pleasure to congratulate you on completion of your degrees. As many of those who spoke before me, you will now embark on a new journey and pursue your careers. I would urge upon you to remember not to take your education for granted. It is so important to believe that what has happened to you is a huge gift, a gift of GITAM University to you. Feel proud of your alma mater and bring them the pride that they have had students like you. Seek truth. Nurture India's democracy, its core values of equality, diversity, tolerance, and social justice. I might like to add, I think you are the generation of social media. We have somehow bypassed it, don't understand it, and escaped it. In today's world of social media, Twitter, WhatsApp, and networking through the internet, remember not to fall prey to algorithms and the pernicious designs that manipulate our thoughts. I do not know how many of you have seen the film Social Media. It's scary. Please remember that you have a mind of your own, and do not be subject to the kind of venom that comes through social media. Social media has other advantages. Grab them. In a world where the lines between facts and myths are blurring, remember that it is your ability to think freely, critique and question that will bring about social transformation. You are the youth. You have to be fearless and stand by truth. Today we celebrate your success.
Learning and strive to set an example of high principles and conduct. I will uphold and advance social progress and the well-being of my fellow human beings. I will never make my knowledge subservient to unworthy ends. I will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the profession that I am trained for. I will, on all occasions, maintain purity and reputation, and that I will never deviate from the straight path of their honorable exercise.
Let the pledge of the graduates be considered as.
Let me call upon first Doctor of Philosophy awardees, PhD in Civil Engineering, Miss Asra Fatima. PhD Narendra Babu Reddy G. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Mr. P. Prasad Rao. PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mr. P.C. Praveen Kumar. PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mr. K. Venkata Varat Prasad. PhD in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Mr. A. Naresh Kumar. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Ms. Gayatri Tanuja G. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Syed Layak Baba Mia. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Ms. P. Sarita. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Sri. Also called upon gold medalist in UT. President Gold Medal for the overall first ranker from all branches of BTech. Also, President Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech. President Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech Computer Science and Engineering, Mr. P. Kaif Ali Khan.
Now I call upon PhD in Management, Mr. Garikipati Venkateswar Rao. Now I call upon PhD in Management, Ms. Ramadevi Chandra. Now I call upon gold medals for UG. President Gold Medal for first ranker in BBA Financial Markets, Ms. Gumireddy Vironika Reddy. Now I call upon President Gold Medal for first ranker and BCom Honors, Ms. Fatima Ahmad Khalil. Now I call upon President Gold Medal for the first rank and BBA Management Equity, Avineni Vaishnavi.
Doctor of Philosophy candidate, Ms. C. Saraswati, PhD in Applied Mathematics. Mr. M. Pramod Kumar, PhD in Applied Mathematics.
My name is Sri Shweta and I just got a bachelor's degree from statistics from GITAM University, and I'm really happy to win gold medal in this stream because this university helped me in winning this, and faculty is really good and they're friendly in nature. So without their help this would not be possible. So I'm really glad that this won this gold medal from this reputed university, and at first I would like to thank my faculty, parents and all of them who are there for me at my good times and bad times. So this university is really good for my career growth. Thank you.
I'm Rekha Yadav, studying in GITAM Hyderabad Business School. So I'm being awarded Best All-Rounder for Management, like that is PG. I'm placed in EY, and I thank GITAM for providing us the wonderful education through the COVID times, and I also wish to extend my thank you to the family that has supported me through all these times. Thank you.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కే అనుష. నేను గీతం స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ హ్యుమానిటీస్ అండ్ సోషల్ సైన్సెస్లో బ్యాచిలర్స్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లిటరేచర్, పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్ అండ్ సైకాలజీలో ఇవాళ డిగ్రీ పట్టా పొందాను. ఈరోజు నేను ప్రెసిడెంట్ గోల్డ్ మెడల్ సాధించాను. ఈ మెడల్ సాధించడం ద్వారా నేను ఎంతో ఆనందంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. మరియు ఇది నా మున్ముందు అచీవ్ చేయబోయే విషయాలకి స్ఫూర్తిని అందిస్తుందని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. గీతంలో ఫ్యాకల్టీ గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నట్టయితే ఎంతో సపోర్టివ్గా ఉంటారు. వారి సపోర్ట్ వల్లే నేను కాస్త ఎక్స్పోజర్ ఇక్కడ నేను అందుకున్నాను. ఈ ఎక్స్పోజర్ ద్వారానే నేను మున్ముందు ఇంకెన్నో అచీవ్ చేయాలని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ఆశిస్తున్నాను.